Hello and welcome to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe in the comments below where the bell is on YouTube. This is my keto journey with Sharon Hartley. I hope that you enjoy this video. This video is going to be about 33 helpful tips that I have for a successful low carb lifestyle. I'm just going to head over to my email now and I'm going to read you 33 of them. So I hope that you enjoy this video, and if you have any questions, please post any questions or comments in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Number 1, wild organic small fish can be a fantastic source of protein. They're 100% grain-free, unlike beef or chicken. Number 2, Alaskan wild salmon is fantastic and low in mercury. On a budget, red sockeye canned is great as well. Number 3, low carb does not mean low fat. Butter, avocado, extra virgin, coconut oil, olive oil, and animal fats are healthy and totally okay for low carb diets. Number 4, cook a lot at once and refrigerate the leftovers. Low carb can be cooking intensive, so try to cook in batches. That is why it's great to meal plan and find some time in your busy schedule to do meal planning. We have in my Facebook group that is called My Keto Journey. If you go over to My Keto Journey on Facebook, we have meal planning every week. We put out a meal plan on a Friday, and there are up to 7 recipes that are in there for you to use, and it just makes it easier for you to follow if you wish to follow. Not every meal plan is going to be for everyone's taste, but I have been doing them for several months now. I am a meal planner, so go over to My Keto Journey on Facebook and you will see that we have great low carb foods. Number 5, sardines, including canned, are a great source of omega-3s. They last almost forever, so keep some around for snacks. They're great for snacks. Number 6, going out, bring a protein-rich snack with you. While you can find low-carb foods on the go, it's just a thing to avoid temptation. So when I talk about bring low-carb snacks, you could bring your low-carb Atkins bars, Quest bars, you could bring your low-carb bars that you can get in Australia. You can get low-carb in different flavors, blueberry, strawberry, vanilla, honey, and something like that. Your almonds, your cashews, pistachios, you could put bring a little baggie. You could also just look for anything that's got protein in it, such as beef jerky or anything like that. Number 7, drink a lot of water. As you lose water weight, you also lose water. Stay hydrated as you start your low carb diet. Yes, that's important because our bodies are like 80-something% water, so we definitely need to be drinking 8 glasses a day, either in our coffee, in our tea, any way that we can get water, we should be doing that. Number 8, did you know plate size affects portion control? If you're trying to lose weight, buy and eat from smaller plates. Number 9, roast veggies by putting veggies on a pan, drizzling olive oil and baking for 30 minutes. Number 10, when ordering at a restaurant, get a rice plus meat dish and ask to get a replacement for the rice with a salad. So when you go to a restaurant, before you go to a restaurant, I always suggest that you look the menu up online so that you know what you're going to have before you actually get there. You can always ask your waiter or waitress about what exactly is in the meal, but it's prepping before you actually get there. So if you're able to just jump online and you're going to a certain restaurant and just look through the menu, that will really help you save time when you get to that restaurant. And it also, you won't have temptations of eating other things that you're not able to eat. So that will make it a lot easier. Number 11, a Caesar salad sans the croutons is a simple and easy way to get low carb on the go. So we don't want to be having like croutons as such, but you can make keto bread, and I do have a recipe for keto bread. I will put in the comments below. More than happy to share my keto bread recipes with you. I also have keto bread recipes if you wish to join my keto journey at Facebook. I have plenty of other keto bread recipes there. And number 12, even if labeled low carb, avoid any food with ingredients that you can't pronounce. So a lot of low carb foods will have polydextrose, maltodextrose, things dextrose you want to stay away from. Ceraclose and things like that are a little bit better, but they're not so much better. So just be looking for ingredients on everything that you buy. If it has cane sugar, if it has vegetable oil, canola oil, things like that, you want to stay away from because they are not in the ketogenic plan or lifestyle. So even though some things might say low carb, they also might have grains as well as wheat. And grains and wheat tend to cause inflammation and bloating. And when you're on a ketogenic lifestyle, we want to avoid grains and we want to avoid wheat. And looking at ingredients is a stricter way of doing keto, and that's what keto is all about. It's also about ingredients that's in your food that's going to be helping your body, because we're eating more whole foods, we're eating more healthier foods, more vegetables, we're giving what our body needs. So looking at labels is definitely important. It's going to take you some time to do, maybe the first few shops when you start a ketogenic lifestyle. You might have to schedule some more time in the store because you're going to be in the store a little bit longer, but it's definitely worth it in the long run, because I have noticed that after 14 months of doing low carb, or keto I should say, I know exactly what I need to get. I get it. I'm not tempted to get anything else. I don't even need to read labels anymore because I know what's in the products that I am buying. Look for any hidden products as well. So you need to just look for, if anything says added sugar, then stay away from it. If anything says low fat, stay away from it. Because we're not a low fat diet, we're a high fat. So we want to be looking for high fat. Low fat, if anything says health foods or low fat or anything like that, or no added sugar, keep away from it. Even sugar-free products can be disastrous. So now we're on number 13. You might feel tired or grumpy in 1 or 2 weeks on the low carb diet. This would be 100% normal. There are lots of tips for treating this keto flu or keto adaptation. I will be talking about keto flu and keto adaptation in another video, but basically keto flu is when your body is adjusting to a ketogenic lifestyle. It is adjusting to you lowering your carbs, upping your fats, and eating moderate protein. So your body's kind of going into an adjustment mode. You will feel lethargic, grumpy, mood swings, tiredness, headaches maybe. That's why you want to be keeping up with your electrolytes, so that time that you're having the keto flu doesn't drag on. But I will be doing a video in the future about keto flu, the effects of it, how we can get over it quickly, some tips, things like that. So stay tuned on this channel. make sure that you subscribe. And we'll be also talking about keto adaptation, fat adaptation in other videos as well. So let's get back to number 14. Organ meats are fantastic for vitamin B12 and other nutrients. Number 15, there's a wide range of low-carb diets from paleo to Atkins, and you can find the one that works for you. I find that keto really has worked for me because I am being more strict on what I'm putting in my body. I'm actually in tune with what I put in my body now, and what I'm putting in my body makes me feel good. And seeing the results from the weight loss, the energy boost that I get, the healing that it's doing for my body, it's really helping me out. Keto does not work for everybody. It's not 100% effective for everybody. Some people might have insulin resistance where it's just not helping their blood sugars. So keto is not going to be for everyone, but remember to, when you do start keto, give it time, because it's going to take time. Like, I would give it to, say, 3 months to see how your body is working with it, how it's affecting it. And I will tell you, from my experience, I felt great. I felt better than I ever have. I've had so much more energy. I'm confident. My moods have stabilized. My hormones are now in balance. My thyroid is not out of whack now. It's now fixed my thyroid. It's fixed my polycystic ovary syndrome. It's fixed a lot of different things for me, my depression. And I'm going to be talking about those things in other videos in the future. So make sure that you keep an eye out for those videos as well. But we're going to get back to number 16, sorry. Low carb is totally safe for kids as long as they're not limiting their vegetable intake. So make sure that they have their vegetables. The vegetables that are low carb and keto approved are cauliflower, broccoli, celery, cucumber, lettuce, anything like that, avocado, onions, squash, zucchini, capsicum, bell peppers, all of those great nutritious things. Make sure that your kids are having. Now, don't be having carrots because they have natural sugars in them. They're also not really low carb or keto in the ketogenic lifestyle. They can be in little amounts, but not very much. And also sweet potato can be occasionally, if you're doing well. If you're getting to almost your goal weight, then you can have a sweet potato. But anything, potatoes, starchy vegetables, you want to stay away from. So a potato substitute would be radishes, and you can bake them. You can bake them like chips, or you can bake them like you would bake your potatoes. And they're great when you put your Himalayan salt and your seasoning. They just taste like regular potato. You wouldn't even know the difference. You can put them in the crock pot. You can put them with your pot roast in the crock pot. And it's just a great substitute. You can do riced cauliflower, and all those great veggies you want your kids to be getting, because your kids are growing. They're growing bodies, and they're going to need those vitamins and minerals, magnesium, potassiums from their vegetables. We don't want to be giving them so much of the supplements. We want to be getting them from our food groups. So definitely keep your kids with the vegetables. If you have to hide them in their foods, go ahead. If you have to hide them in their shakes, go ahead. You can have strawberries, you can have blueberries, blackberries in your smoothies with, say, heavy whipping cream, or protein shakes, or unsweetened coconut milk, unsweetened almond milk, unsweetened cashew milk, things like that. So make sure that you're getting vegetables into your kids' diets if they are doing a ketogenic lifestyle. Now getting back to number 17, have low carb snacks on hand, otherwise it's easy to get tempted by convenience of foods. Yes, I agree with that. When I first started, I would have like beef jerky, I'd have like a trail mix of nuts, I'd have cashew nuts, almond nuts, pistachio nuts. I would put them in a little baggie. I would do Atkins bars, Quest bars, elevation bars that you get from Aldi's. I would put one of those in my bag so that I wouldn't be tempted to go out and get what I shouldn't be eating. Also, you could do like the cheese crisps as well. You can get them from Walmart, or you could make your own. You know, so yeah, I mean, also like avocado chips, you can make your own, things like that. So yeah, just little snacks where you're not tempted and they're just easy to put in your pocketbook, and you can just whip them on out, eat some, and you're satisfied until your next meal. So getting back to number 18, plan your meals in advance. Otherwise, you might find yourself short on time to cook with nothing to eat. In some cases, that is great if you have the time. If you don't have the time because you're working or at school or in college, it can be rather difficult to find the time to cook. So meal planning, you can either make a plan of what you're going to have each night and make it on that night, or meal planning, you could make a ton of different meals ahead of time, or you could do up to 1 or 2 meals in bulk and then freeze the rest. That's what I do. I tend to make 1 or 2 meals in bulk, and I either freeze it, or my husband and I, we eat it like for leftovers, and we're happy with that. Also, you want to make sure that whatever you're cooking is going to last. So doing salads is not really a great way of meal planning, because salads will not last so much. But also meal planning, you can make snacks as well. You can make the little mozzarella cheese sticks wrapped with different meats around them, either with turkey or chicken, or fatty meats like your salami, your prosciutto, things like that. It's perfect to make your own, or you can buy them in the store. They're like, you get like 2 for $1.50 at Walmart, or if you go to Aldi's, you can get a whole tray of them for $11. So getting back to our number 19 tip, not sure what you can eat. As a rule of thumb, avoid white things, flour, sugar, rice, potatoes, etc. So basically any carb foods that you've got to avoid. And there will be substitutes for those things. Like I said, for rice, there will be rice cauliflower. For potatoes, there's radishes. For flour, there is almond flour, coconut flour, things like that. For sugar, there is keto approved sugars such as Trivia, Swerve, stevia extract, all of those. Number 20, avoid tofu and soy as a protein source. Several studies show they can significantly impact hormone levels. So if you're vegetarian and you're eating tofu or soy products, soy, like your soy little sausage links or anything like that, it can affect your hormone levels. So when your hormone levels are out of whack, keto is going to be a little harder to follow, because keto works on balancing those hormones. So if those hormones are always staying out of range, then it's going to be a little harder. So stay away from soy or as your main protein source. Your main protein source wants to come from eggs and meats and things like that. So if you are a vegetarian, you also like just find something else that will work for you. Number 21, commercial ketchup has 4 grams of carbohydrates per tablespoon, and barbecue sauce has 8 grams. Be careful with condiments and make them yourself. That is great. If you can make it yourself, definitely do it. Like, homemade and make it yourself is the best choice that you can do. But also you can buy the no added sugar Heinz ketchup at Walmart or Food Line. It comes in quite a smallish bottle, and you can also get the sugar-free barbecue sauce at Walmart as well. They are great. They actually are kind of low in carbs. I think they're about 2 or 3 carbs and maybe 1 or 2 sugars. So, you know, like, I've been using them for 14 months, and my husband has, and we haven't seen a difference in our weight or difference in blood sugars or anything like that. My husband does have diabetes, so he has to check his blood sugars regularly, and we just noticed that with those bought condiments that we buy, we haven't had any issues also with condiments and stuff. We tend to stick to ranch dressings, not so much like Thousand Island. Balsamic vinaigrette is fine. Just check your sugars and make sure that it has the approved keto sweeteners in it. Avoid anything that says dextrose, maltodextrose, polydextrose, dextrose, anything like that. It's not going to be great on your body. Some people can have it, some people can't. And what it actually does is it can make you have digestive problems, and it can also really make you want to use the bathroom a lot. You can be really uncomfortable with that. So that's why and it also can cause weight gain as well, and bloating and inflammation. So that is why we stay away from anything that says dextrose or anything like that. So getting back to number 22, try to connect with low-carb groups, both locally and online. Facebook has excellent groups, and you can easily find that one that suits your needs. It'll help you stay motivated, and that is exactly what my keto journey group is all about. It's keeping people motivated. It's encouraging them. If people are getting off the wagon or if they're struggling, then I'm totally there for them. We're all there for each other. It's a community group. It's a group where we post recipes, tips, meal plans, and also you're not alone. You're not alone by yourself. You have other people. Like, actually, my group right now has 806 members, and we all are going on a different journey because we all might have diseases that we're fighting, and we're all going to go through stages, and we're all going to go through low carb or keto differently. So we can all offer our advice. Not all advice is going to be the same. Someone might be experiencing what you're doing, or they can help you with your macros, and they can help you in an amazing way. So if you do have Facebook, please look up my group. It's My Keto Journey at Facebook, and we would just love to be able to help you. I've helped so many of our members get off insulin. They have their thyroid hormones back normally. They have their hormone imbalances in check. They are getting their insulin resistance down and not being on meds anymore. I have diabetes. I have people with diabetes who have come off their insulin. So it's an exciting thing. And it's just exciting to have a whole bunch of people with you who are happy to help you. So number 23 is pretty much the same as 22. Join a low carb group or forum, post your questions. There are tons of experienced low carbers. We're more than happy to help, and post questions, because no question is wrong, or nothing that you're doing is at fault. You know, someone can just help you along the way, and it really helps. So number 24, olives are healthy snacks and a great source of plant fats. Avoid artificial flavored and colored ones. So the artificial flavored and colored ones would be your canned ones, your bottled ones. So you want to get like fresh, picked off the tree ones. Number 25, eating low carb doesn't mean you can overeat without consequences. Eat till you're full, no more. So when I say eat till you're full and no more, you've also got to have a calorie deficit as well. I have been doing calorie deficit of 1,200 to 1,500 calories per day, and I've gone up to 1,600 calories as well, because I find that if I jump down to my calories, my hair can fall out. Now, the old saying goes, calories in equals calories out. You need to feed your body, but you need to feed your body, and you can feed it more calories along the way if you're not finding that you're losing weight. But also make those calories count, so you can have more kale chips, you can have more broccoli, you can have more cauliflower. Make sure that it's healthy calories, healthy carbs, and things like that. But find what meets your sweet spot. So look into your macros, see if that works for you. That's great. If it's working for you, stick with that, track with that on your tracking. If you use MyFitnessPal, you might use My Atkins app or some other app that you purchase on your Android or your iPhone. Number 26, learn to make homemade broth and stocks. It's much healthier and tastier than store-bought broth. Bone broth is the mother of all health foods, and you should consume it as often as you can. I have been talking about bone broth in my Facebook group a lot at the moment, and it can really help with collagen as well, and it can help with blood sugars as well. And it's really good to be drinking bone broth between fasting as well, but you want to be having at least half a cup between each meal, so that your body stays hydrated, so that you're not feeling like you need to eat if you're doing a fast, intermittent fasting or 1 meal a day fasting. I will be talking about those topics in another video, so stay tuned. But definitely bone broth is a lot nicer if you make it yourself. So with chicken bones, you add your vegetables in, and you add your your broth in. Like your broth would come from those like chicken stock, liquid chicken stock, or the little cubes that you get in your store. You can put them in, and then you just drain your bones and your vegetables and stuff off, so you don't have any of those. So you want to probably try and make between 1 and 2 liters, so that you have a significant amount. Now, if you don't want to buy it, and you want the homemade broth, that's wonderful. But if you don't have time to make it, then you can buy it. You can buy it at Walmart, you can buy it at Food Line, any grocery stores, Safeways, Coles. In Australia they have it, Aldi's has it. Also, you can get it in powder form, but I have heard people that have had it in powder form where they think that it's disgusting. So you just got to do what suits your taste. Number 26, download and listen to low carb podcasts and stay inspired and stay informed. So I listen to a lot of podcasts, and it really inspires me with my videos and ideas, and it helps me along the way when I'm doing throughout my journey. I might need to mix it up with intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day fasting. I just might need some encouragement, so I listen to podcasts. 28, a crock pot is a simple way to make tasty low carb meals. A crock pot is great. You can also get those Instapot or the air fryers. They're wonderful. When you do a ketogenic lifestyle, there's heaps of kitchen aids that you can get. So yeah, just whatever suits your needs. Number 29, eat before you go to parties to eliminate temptations before it even begins, because there's going to be a lot of food there that you can't eat, and you're going to be offered and you're going to be tempted to eat it. So if you eat before you head on to parties or social events or any kind of event occasion, then you will be full and you won't want to eat. Number 30, learn a few staples you can cook. Only experiment with complex dishes once you have found the basics. Yes, I agree with that. I have started, when I started keto, I kind of stuck to 5 easy meals, even if it was lazy keto, like your hot dogs, your non-nitrate hot dogs, things like that. You know, sometimes that's all you can get on the go. So make it easy. Make meals that are gonna be simple and quick and easy to put together. I had recently made these cheddar cheese biscuits, and they only took me 5 minutes to put together. And they're my bread, and I can just get an avocado, fresh avocado, put that on. I can put some lunch meats on it, some cheese, things like that. So just make sure that you keep your staples and basic meals around if you're not finding you have the time. Number 31, some people tolerate dairy and some don't. Try out if you can't tolerate dairy or not by leaving all dairy products out for 6 weeks. After that, eat dairy and check how it affects you. And if you get any symptoms, remember that many people who don't tolerate dairy can't tolerate butter. So a lot of people that can't tolerate dairy are people who have a thyroid condition, definitely can't tolerate dairy. And anyone who have IR or just people in general, if you're noticing that you're gaining weight with eating dairy, then definitely cut it out for a while. We do need to have some dairy in our diets because we've got to get calcium somehow. And calcium can also come from eggshells. You can actually put your eggshells in the oven and bake them at 400 degrees or 200 Celsius, 400 Fahrenheit or 200 Celsius. And then you can blend them in your blender and make powder and put that in your coffee or your protein drinks and mix it all up. That is part of calcium as well. So we tend to just throw our eggshells out. So if we want to get our calcium, then we can do that. We can have supplements as well, but we best want it from our foods if possible. So if you're not doing dairy well, you can do cashew milk, you can do almond milk, as long as it's unsweetened as well. You can do coconut milk as long as it's unsweetened and things like that. Ghee butter instead of butter, all of that. So number 32 is prefer organic meat and vegetables. Get meat and dairy products from pasteurized grass-fed animals. If you can afford organic meat and vegetables, it is great. It is a great way to be doing a ketogenic lifestyle. I do as much as I can with organic meat and vegetables, but not always does that fit in my budget. The one store that I find that is totally in my budget and that I can afford is Aldi's. They have 100% organic vegetables and meat as well, and it is affordable. And so if it's affordable to me, I will use it. And you just find that your body reacts better on organic meats and vegetables because there's no pesticides, there's no like what your cows are eating, you're eating as well. So what your chickens are eating, what they're feeding on is what you're having as well. So if you can afford cage-free eggs, go for it. It's great. If you can't, no problem. But it will fix a lot of hormone problems. It has fixed a lot of hormone problems for myself. I have polycystic ovary syndrome, and it has fixed it. Keto the keto lifestyle has fixed it over 14 months. And I found that eating organically has really helped me, because I used to have IBS, and that has really helped my IBS is to go organic. But I will be mentioning that in another video that I will be doing on YouTube. And last but leastly, we have number 33. Since the commercial food is often full of food additives, be ready to prepare your own food and meals. Luckily, there are plenty of great recipes on the internet for clean eating. So yes, really, the ketogenic lifestyle is all about clean eating. It's all about whole food foods. It's all about organic. So that is the 33 tips for a successful low carb lifestyle. I hope that you've enjoyed. I hope that you've been able to pick up some tips that can help you. If you have any comments about any of these tips, then please comment in the comments below and I will answer all your questions. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe in the bar below where the bell is. Okay guys, have a wonderful day. Take care. Keto I. Bye bye.